What's up, folks? Welcome to the 2021 recap video. I'm excited to share some of these stats with you for the past year. It's been a crazy year. I've been up almost 500% on average position size, only made about $13,000 though. So this year, this 2022, and especially these next 3 months are going to be crucial for me scaling up the strategy and gunning for 100K, which is going to be my goal. 100K on the year is the goal for my hyper scalping strategy. So I'm going to show you the goals that I've created for myself to get there. It should be good learning material as well, figuring out how to establish those goals for yourself, how to use the statistics that you've tracked over the past year or whatever that time frame is to establish new goals for yourself going forward. Another thing that someone mentioned in the comments of one of my last videos was talking about a day in the life of a day trader. Now, my day in the life of my day trading, my journey is going to be very different from another day trader's, especially because the strategies are different. Like for my strategy, I know exactly when I should and shouldn't be trading, and I can get alerts on my phone when something that I should be trading pops up. Whereas if you're a swing trader, you have to do analysis. You have to analyze a bunch of daily charts or whatever, to find that next great setup. Whereas it's less about setups when you're scalping, and it's more about when you should and shouldn't be trading. So for me, I need to be trading. I need to be in front of the screen from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's it. For most of my trading, it's just those 2 hours. Today, I was trading GNPX. I finished up the day around 333 bucks, and I traded it until, I'm recording this video here, about 3 p.m. So this was a rarity for me. I think twice in the past 2 months have I traded past 11 a.m. Eastern time. But I'll only do it if it's worth it for my time. I think the last time that I did it, that was my $1,000 day. Now, as far as what my day looks like, well, I'll get up anywhere between 7 a.m., 8 a.m., do a workout, whatever, eat, brush my teeth, shower, maybe, whatever I'm feeling that day. 9 to 11 is trading. I'll do my pre-market report that's posted every morning. I'll do that usually from 8:30 to 9. And then past 11, it's whatever I want. And this is the main reason that I love being a day trader, is the fact that from 11 a.m. up until when I go to bed, that time is mine. It's mine to decide what I want to do with. So some days, maybe that's going to the mountain and snowboarding. Some days maybe it's going surfing or playing volleyball or working out, whatever it is. That's my time. Now, a lot of the time, I'm actually sitting in front of the computer in case something pops off. If I don't have any other plans, I don't want to go do anything else, I'm probably sitting here recording a video for you guys, watching the market, working on my scanner, working on the dittraders.net website, stuff like that. I enjoy working on the projects. And so for me, spending 4 or 5 hours a day doing that stuff is fun for me. So that's really it. That's a day in the life of me as a day trader. And hopefully I can continue that. Hopefully we can scale up the strategy, make a good chunk of change this next year. And with that, let me tell you how I'm going to do that. All right, so here we are in TraderVue, and I don't want to bore you with these stats too much. Most of the meat is going to be in a custom spreadsheet that I kind of extracted using the statistics that I got from TraderVue. But real quick, let me go over some of the statistics in TraderVue with you guys. This is looking at the entire year last year. This is everything. This is all of my trading, not just the scalping strategy. So you can see I made about 13,000. Now, if we just punch in the scalping strategy, this is majority of my trading. So that's 12,000 bucks that I made from the scalping. And then just some stats, right? The winners were larger than the losers, and that started to change going throughout the year. And again, that's something that we'll take a look at in the spreadsheet. Wing trades 54% to 40% losers, a profit factor of 1.42. Another thing, the profit factor was another thing that started to change as the year progressed. Another thing I'm going to get into in the spreadsheet. As far as price and volume, this strategy really relies on stocks being under $5 or closer to $5. So you can see that, again, the meat of the money is made in $2 to $5 stocks. And then the 5 to 9 is still making money here, but it's a little bit tougher. And then above $10, there's basically nothing. Bouncing over to days and times, day of the week doesn't really matter too much. Performance by hour a day, let's break it down to 30 minutes. So yeah, the meat of the money you can see is made at 9:30. It just kind of falls off from there all the way up to about 11 o'clock. And it's not because I'm not trading after 11 o'clock, it's just because that's when there's the most volatility in the market. So beyond these times, and it's really just not even worth my time to continue trading. And then lastly, looking by the month of the year, January, February, March, those are going to be the key months coming up. These are the most volatile months. And then November and December also quite volatile. And I was able to capitalize on them a bit this past 2 months, but I'm looking to go even bigger. The summer months, we had a surprise in July. Honestly, I didn't expect July to be so hot, but June, August, September, October, shit, I think I'm just going to take vacation this year. Okay, and bouncing over to the spreadsheet here, I told you this is where most of the actionable information lies. The first thing I want to point out is the percent of average position size. And what this is just how much money did I make relative to my average position size. And so you'll see that in January, earlier in the year, January, February, March, I was making only like 50% of my average position size. However, my percent on positions was like 190, 158, like way more than my average position size. So what that meant was I was scaling down on the stocks that I was doing the best on. So that's what putting all that information in the spreadsheet told me. And I said, you know what? Before I scale up, which I think is what a lot of people would do when they see these results, back-to-back green months, I got to scale up. I got to press my advantage. But I said, look, I've got to work it out at this size right now. I got to figure it out here, and then the bars are off. We can go full steam ahead. And what I wanted to do was get this number closer to this number. And so in April, I got it pretty close. In May, I got it pretty close. Basically, it looks like I figured it out come April, and now even into these months, November, this one was bigger than my percent on positions, which means that I was scaling up on all the right stocks. December was pretty close. I'll call that good enough. So my goal is always going to be to just keep this number as close to this number as possible. The second thing I want to highlight is my profit factor. So the profit factor for January, February, March, we were lying right around 1.3. And I said to myself, I want to have a higher profit factor. I want to be more profitable before I start scaling up. So my goal was just to increase this. I didn't know what I could theoretically get to, but I'm right now lying around 1.7. So my good days are going to be profit factors they're going to be multiples of 1. They might be up in the 4s, 5s, but all in all, I want my profit factor to remain steady around 1.7 or higher. And the last thing I want to point out, and this is my goal for 2022, my goal is to make $100,000 using this scalping strategy. And how am I going to do that? Well, now I have a year's worth of data that tells me that my average position size I make 500% of. And now this includes stats from December, so it's a little skewed. It's a little less than 500 actually, but I think I can do better trading and get this number up to 500% for 2022. So let's assume that I can do 500% on my average position size for 2022. That means my average position size needs to be $20,000. $20,000. So that's going to be quite the task. That's going to be quite the psychological task, I'd say. Last month I was really pushing it, and I only had an average position size of $4,000, only $4,000. But basically what this means is on the best stocks, the stocks that are moving, the stocks in my wheelhouse, the $3 stocks, the $4 stocks, on a $3 stock, I need to be taking about 8,000 shares, 7,000 shares. On a $4 stock that's in my wheelhouse, that's moving, it has the volume, I need to be taking about 5,000 shares. I think that's doable. I think the market can easily support that, and I could probably go even bigger. I could probably push it up to 30,000 or maybe even 40,000. So it's going to be all about going big when the time calls for it, and then scaling back, scaling down when I don't have an edge in a particular stock. So that's it, folks. That's my goal for 2022. I'm so glad. It's been so great to have you guys following along with me, and I'm stoked to have you following along for 2022 as well. So it's going to be a wild ride, no doubt. All right, folks, take it easy, and I will see you in the next video.